ReSaurus was a small Ohio toy company that had some of the best sculpting of the 1990s. Toy franchises that they worked on include Street Fighter, Sonic Adventure, Crash Bandicoot, Duke Nukem, and Bone, just to name a few. The Speed Racer set has 13 figures total and one vehicle. Series 1 includes Speed Racer, Trixie, Captain Terror, and Pops. Series 1 also has alternate versions. Pops Racer with oil stains, Shiny Captain Terror, Trixie with alternate clothes, and Speed Racer with a black bag.
Don't be fooled! She's just a regular Malibu Stacy with a stupid cheap hat!
But she's got a new hat.
Most people forget or don't know about these variations. Series 2 includes Grand Prix Speed Racer. Wait, let me say it like the show. Grand Prix Speed Racer, Inspector Detector, The Assassin, and Racer X. Series 2 has one alternate figure, Racer X in silver. Series 3 was planned but never made. It would have included a 12-inch Speed and Trixie with cloth clothing, and Racer X's car, the Shooting Star, to go with the Series 2 Racer X. There were no other 5-inch figures planned. As a side note, Playing Mantis's Captain Action toy line had planned the Captain Action and Dr. Evil outfits for Captain Terror, Speed Racer, and Racer X. But once again, Racer X gets the shaft. The ReSaurus figures made it to a quick skit in the Adult Swim show Robot Chicken.
It's important that I do not move, because if I were to move, that would add to the cost. So if I stay perfectly still, it will be preferable to moving, because animation costs money.
The packaging for the figures is very late 90s and early 2000s. The top has the name of the series, but above that, they show respect to the original source and also show the Japanese name, Mach Go Go Go. To the right is some new artwork of speed driving. And no, it's not from the show. The bubble is the 5 that's on the Mach 5. Then there's a tag with the character's name. It's in English, but if you look closely, you'll see their name in Japanese. Speed Racer, Mifune Go. Trixie, Shimura Michi. Captain Terror, So Cho, which basically translates to Sergeant. Okay, so taking a deep dive into Japanese military meaning, it's actually First Sergeant, but generally used as Master Sergeant or Sergeant Major. Confused yet? Me too. So to boil it down, his name is Captain Terror. Pops Racer, Mifune Daisuke. Racer X, Mifune Go. What? Wait, Racer X is really Speed Racer? So this is just a screw up. It should say Fukumen Resa, which is Masked Racer. Inspector Detector, Mifune Go. What? Wait, they did this again? So you mean that Inspector Detector is really Speed Racer? Yes, they did another mess up. Okay. Let's move along. The Assassin, Mifune Go. Wait, you mean to tell me that the Assassins are really Speed Racer? Okay, so one thing I really noticed from this is that all the figures from Wave 2, they just say Mifune Go in the background for all of them. So it turns out that they're all Speed Racer in Japan, I guess.
Oh no! The Mach 5 has been sabotaged. Speed, if you don't win, we could lose everything.
Here, Speed.
Huh? The Volkswagen GTI. for 4.
Mick got 6.
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Let's take a look at the figures. All of the figures come with a Speed Racer figure stand. Speed Racer comes with his helmet, a pistol, working red bag, or black bag if you got the variation, a trophy, and a gold cup. Most of the figures have the same articulation: head, shoulders, forearms or wrists, waist, and legs. Speed can almost do his famous pose, and he can fit in the driver's seat of the Mach 5. As he should. But it's a bit difficult to get him in. He can hold his accessories just fine, and his bag is made from a soft plastic, so you can squeeze the sides and the bag opens up. Now this bag is empty, so you can also fill it up. Trixie comes with her helmet, 2 flags, backpack, and map. The map is made from soft plastic and can roll up into her bag. Her helmet tends to pop off, so I don't really like to put it on her. Trixie's variation has her in a blue shirt and black pants. The tank top has the kanji kokorozashi, which means will. But when we look at her name in Japanese, it's part of her surname, Shimura. Trixie is the only figure that can't stand on her own because of her tiny feet. Captain Terror comes with a rifle, binoculars, walkie, and dynamite with working plunger. The reason I say working plunger is because it has a spring. You can push the plunger down and it'll pop back up. The feather on his forehead is removable, so beware when getting a loose one. The cape fits loosely, and I really wish he had a peg on it, a la Marvel Legends. The variation to Captain Terror is shiny blue. Captain Terror is the leader of the car acrobatic team. He is featured at the end of episode 11, The Most Dangerous Race, Part 3, when he takes Snake Oiler in his arms after his car blew up. He also shows up in episode 50, The Trick Race. Captain Terror isn't really a bad guy. He's just another racer, just like Speed Racer. So, this is kind of misleading. Pop's Racer comes with a ton of stuff. A screwdriver, a hammer, a crescent wrench, a wrench, an air impact wrench with a compressor, and a working toolbox. Oh, and his hat, of course. Pops has a peg hole on his head, and his hat has a peg. The working toolbox has 2 drawers and double doors on the bottom. All of his tools can fit in the toolbox. The variation of Pops comes covered in oil. This is actually how I realized that there were different variations to each character. That's pretty neat. I think I prefer the oiled one. He looks pretty awesome. These ReSaurus Speed Racer figures are really awesome. I think my favorite would have to be Trixie, and of course the regular Speed Racer. I'm not really into that Grand Prix Speed Racer. Next time on the Speed Racer trilogy, we're going to be able to look at Racer X. So stay tuned.